Welcome to Becoming Saiyans,
a Dragon Ball rewatch podcast. Yeah, I think I'm ready.
And we're back.
Yeah, we're here.
And for us, it's been a couple of weeks since we recorded. We had Thursday Night Football, which we're both big football fans. So that opening NFL season, we watched that. Yep. And then last week, old Jesse over there had a little bit of a procedure, and so we took a couple weeks off.
I'd be up early on that Friday.
Yep. So we took a couple weeks off. But we're back. And today we watched.
Well, I guess we're saying this like we didn't post the episodes because we were.
Oh yeah, we definitely posted episodes, but for us it's been 2 weeks.
People aren't going to know because nothing changed.
Yeah,
they
nothing.
Only know now that
nothing changed. The world changed while we were gone, but we didn't. And today we watched episodes 20 and 21, which are titled "The Elimination Round" and "Smells Like Trouble."
Smells like trouble.
So, before we get into any summaries or anything, I figured we'd go over before we get into trivia, recap, all that stuff. We should try to check back on Jesse's predictions from the last time, and it looks like his predictions were they're probably going to go through the elimination rounds. That's a check. They did go through those.
I had a feeling.
New rivals, not really. They didn't really. They beat up everybody along the way.
I mean, to be fair, in the second episode, we kind of discovered who might end up being some rivals, but they're going to probably overcome them.
Yeah,
a lot.
but this is I have them separated by episode. There weren't any new rivals. There were some old rivals for Krillin that didn't last very long.
Yeah.
New characters, yes, and then yada yada. So you're like, oh, they're gonna introduce us basically to this whole world of fighting and everybody, which they kind of did, but we didn't really get a lot of names for any of them.
It wasn't a lot of backstory. It was mostly just like people showing up and realizing that we're not gonna win this.
Yeah, it was a bunch of punching bags for Goku and Krillin to show off how strong they've got. A couple of fights with Yamcha, and that was about it. Mm-hmm. In the second episode, you thought the big bad rival will appear. There's not really a big bad rival, but there are competitors that are going to be on equal footing, it seems like, at least in the finalists. Somebody frames them, and Goku is accused of cheating. Neither one of those two happened.
Yeah,
that we were talking about it. I made multiple jokes about that last episode. Man, it really does smell like trouble, huh?
Yeah, we'll get into that when we start talking about it.
Yep.
But that name was. I was never gonna guess that.
Yeah, because you would have never thought chemical warfare would have happened.
I would never have thought they're gonna get the smelly, super strong guy to come beat him up. But
yeah.
But when you watch the episodes, okay, that's one of those you can't really predict it that well.
Yeah, for sure. If you don't know what's coming, you wouldn't expect that to come.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
So, real quick, I'm gonna jump into a little bit of trivia. First of all, there's some the major appearances we see are all of our main people show up, plus the bullies. There's staff members, the referee, all of the competitors, and then Bacterian, which we get a better look at next episode.
Yeah, the second episode.
We are on Papaya Island, and we differences from the manga. Bulma using Oolong as a stepladder is only to the anime. Bulma buying everyone an ice cream is only in the anime. And in the manga, none of Yamcha's fights are shown. In the anime, we show a couple of fights just to see that he made it.
Yeah, just to kind of show you, he's also really strong.
That's the difference between paper and animation, is that, on, manga and, comic books and stuff, you can't show everything.
If you show a fight, it's you're dedicating, at minimum, probably a page or two.
Or at least, panel real estate of a page.
I mean, if you want to show pure domination in a fight, in the way that he was winning, you'd show him hitting and then. It's at barest minimum, probably a half a page to a page.
Yeah. I
guess if we're minimalizing it as much, it's do you want to risk that on a character that it's pretty self-explanatory? He's probably gonna. If the other two main characters are beating this much butt, he's probably doing the same.
You made a joke at one point. You're like, it'd be really funny if he lost. I know he's not going to, but it'd be really funny if he lost.
I think it was the his
first
final.
No, it was the first fight. It was his first fight. Yeah, it was his first fight against that thumb-looking guy.
Yeah. I was like it'd be really funny if he did. I know he's not.
Yeah, there's no way they're gonna like make him lose in the first batch.
It's like we know Yamcha's gonna be a finalist.
Yeah,
he's also a.
We know 3 of the 8 finalists going in, but
the other ones we get figured out.
It's still kind of fun. Another thing that they have on here as trivia is that all of the panty shots of Bulma were taken out in the Toonami broadcast because, like, of course they were.
Yes.
And
self-explanatory.
Here's something you pointed out to me: the inconsistencies.
Yeah.
In the English dub, the announcer accidentally calls Krillin number 90 instead of 93 when he beats up 97.
Yeah, I caught that. I'm like, and I was questioning it for a few seconds, and I told German to rewind, and we like both caught it. And we're like, oh yeah. That's like I think that, and again we both kind of look at each other like I think that's like the first real big obvious inconsistency that you can find that might not be like a background
that was like
detail.
it was like very quick too. Like that inconsistency was like within like
could easily fly
a
over
minute
your head.
of each other.
Yeah. It could also just fly over your head if you're not paying that much
if you're just like
to some of the dialogue.
Yeah, if you're just watching but not really paying a ton of attention, you probably wouldn't have caught that one. But also, it happens so fast that it's kind of hard not to catch it. Because I didn't catch it initially, but then you brought it up, and I was like, "Oh wait, yeah, that wasn't right. He was number 93."
It kind of scratches your brain. You're like, "Yeah, I think that's wrong."
And then the second inconsistency has to do more of a long-term one. It says when Oolong initially refuses to lift Bulma up, she threatens him with the effects of the pill. However, earlier she stated in another episode, the effects only last 1 month, and the tournament takes place 8 months after Goku and Krillin.
I did not.
So, he might have just like forgotten that detail out of like fear, but like that was an inconsistency that they pointed out there.
I mean, I even brought it up that like I think in the like in my notes I even brought up like, oh, the Piggy's still here.
Yeah,
like Piggy still works.
Yeah.
But I wrote it down as like, oh, that's that can be a recurring joke, not in the fact that like I noticed the inconsistency with that.
Yep. They only revealed, for some more trivia, they only revealed 8 fighters' numbers. They haven't listed here. We didn't really get every fighter's number, which would be crazy because there was, 130
130, I wrote down 137 fighters.
Yeah.
137 fighters, and everyone got a number and had to fight.
Yeah, but they only showed 8 of them that we actually get to see.
They showed the beginning bouts for everybody.
It was Yamcha, Wolf Fighter, big bald guy with a mustache, Goku, guy with blue shirt and mustache, Krillin, skinny Orin Temple Bully, and the British Karate Bear.
Yeah, as we say, like it's Krillin and Goku's first match, and then I want to say Yamcha's
last match.
Is it just his last match?
They actually show the number for.
Yeah, then Yamcha's last match, and then Goku and Krillin's last match.
And then some more trivia is one of the fighters had the same face as Sour Man, but his body was muscular instead of fat. I don't know who Sour Man is. That's not a name that I recognize.
Yeah.
It
doesn't seem like a very important. Like it doesn't seem like an importantly named character.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. No, that's how I felt about that trivia.
Yeah.
When Krillin is shocked by all the fighters, a fighter behind him looks like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I missed that.
In the scene of Krillin talking with the Orin Temple Bullies, a fighter in the background is doing a flying kick in one direction and then immediately flies back the other direction, like almost like they reversed that, like the background. Like it's like he's flying forward with his kick and then he just is flying backwards with his foot still out.
I love it.
Yamcha's blinding Wolf Fang Fist used on the Wolf fighter is probably the move he mastered in the episode The Tournament Begins. Jackie Chung was not seen in this episode, despite the fact that multiple people should have noticed him like they do. Like it says, he should have been caught some attention from Yamcha, Krillin, and Goku, because in later tournaments when there's a powerful character that seemingly like Jackie Chung is going to be, they normally like catch an eye of them, like with other characters.
I notice them, yeah. I mean, it makes sense that you would notice powerful people on your level.
I mean, it looks like everybody else is also watching all the other fights, and like it seems like even though they're caught in 4 pots, everybody's watching the same episode watching everybody's fights together. You know, it's like everybody comes in circles like fighting round 2. Like, why do you even have 4 matches going?
I guess the only rationalization is that like he obviously must have been in a different pod.
Yeah, he would have had a bit. Well, because they said only two people from each pod could win.
We know pod 3 was Goku Krillin.
Yeah.
We know pod 2 at least one was Yamcha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna guess pod 2 also had Bacterian
because he's a named character in the
he also pops up in front of Bulma when I think they're looking in front of pod 2.
Yeah.
So that's my guess there. So they're in pod. Someone else is in pod 1 is between the other two characters, and pod 4 is between the other two.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That would be my guess.
Yeah. And then Fighter 69 in the original English release had his voice pitched down, but then the remastered version kept his voice at the original pitch. Mm-hmm. And then the edited version of the Funimation dub retains the original Japanese eye catches. I don't know what that means, but it's one of the trivias. And then for the next episode, we did get some new debuts. We got the debut of Nam, the debut of Jiren, the official named debut of Bacterian because he wasn't named in the last episode.
Yeah.
The debut of Ranfan, of the announcer and the chairman, and Jackie Chan.
I say Jiren. I actually recognize the name, but I might be recognizing the name not from this character.
Yeah,
and it might be spelled different for the character.
And it could also be from a different character.
It could be from a different show.
Yeah,
but I've heard the name Jiren.
Yeah, that name because it kind of sounds almost like a Godzilla character, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Which I mean, he is
or like a parody, like a parody of it. Like he's a reference to a Godzilla character.
Yeah.
I just don't he seems like something I would know.
Yeah. Some differences from the manga for the next episode were in the anime, Roshi buys Bulma a keyring and a tight skirt before he gets punches. In the manga, the scene plays
tight
out.
Shirt.
Yep.
You sound like you said skirt.
Oh, tight shirt. Yeah. In the manga, the scene plays out a little differently, and Bulma hits him with a mallet instead of just punching him because she's packing that mallet on her.
Yeah, we saw the mallet.
Last episode or the episode before? Yeah.
I think in one of those two episodes. Yeah. I think when they get to the city before the tournament begins, she bangs him over the head with a mallet because he immediately goes into perverted stuff.
Yes. And the fight between Krillin and Bacteria for the anime had a couple of extra scenes, and Krillin doesn't pull his pants down when he farts on him in the manga. He just farts. The speech where the part of the speech where the announcer makes the comment about hitting people in the private parts was not in the Toonami broadcast because again they pretty much censored it to the barest of bones.
Yeah,
possible.
Especially early on with Toonami, they were very scared about.
G.
Yeah, they were very scared about certain topics like that. So, not super surprising. I think they've gotten a little better about it, but I haven't seen Toonami or anything in so long.
Yes,
if I'm going to watch something like that would be on Toonami, I'm sadly going to go find it on streaming, as much as it sucks to say.
Yep. It also looks like the announcer, when he mispronounces Goku's name, was different every matter on what dub you listen to. In the original Japanese, he thought that the kanju for Son Goku read Mago Gasora. In the French and German dubs, he reads the name Son Goku backwards as Ugog Nos. In the Polish dub, it's the same as French, but the Q is cut, so he calls him Ognos. And in the Funimation dub, he calls him Gokia. In the Japanese version only, when Bacterian is stomping on Krillin, the World Tournament announcer states that the latter will be defeated without ever throwing a punch, even though he was able to kick him once.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them were kind of just either teases for later on, or that one scene Jiren's eyes were colored white instead of yellow, which you wouldn't notice unless you just happened to see it,
Unless you were staring him down, because I don't think there's really a scene that you see him by himself that he's facing you directly.
Yeah.
When his face is looking at you in these episodes we've watched, he's with everybody else.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think the only time you really see him by himself is when he's picking out his number and his back to everybody.
Yeah, yeah. And that's basically all the trivia I have. So I'll jump real quick into our little recap, and then we'll get going. So here's what you missed on Dragon Ball.
Well, here's what I hope you watched on Dragon Ball.
Yep.
When you're watching it
Previously on Dragon Ball. So yeah, the tournament starts. They finally get like some rules set up. Can't kill people. If you get knocked out of the ring and you hit the ground, your match is over. If you get knocked out, you're over. If you give up, it's also over. The knockout timer is 10 seconds, like in boxing. There's 137 people being split up between 4 pots. Pot 1, 2, 3, 4. The top 2 finalists from each one of those get to move on to the semifinal elimination rounds, where it's going to be they're going to reseed the tournament, and it's going to be 1 through 8 playing in that one. And at that point, it's single elimination as well. And that's kind of where we're at. We see Goku and Krillin and Yamcha fight their way through with some antics between Bulma and Oolong as like a B plot of like Bulma trying to watch, even though they're kind of closed off. Krillin gets to get back at his bullies, and then in the next episode, we find out where Roshi's been the whole time. He was using the restroom for the entire preliminary round, and then we finally get to see who the final 8 are, and we have names for them. We have Krillin and Bacterian. We have Yamcha and Jackie Chung. We have Nam and Ranfan, and Goku and Jiren. And that's our final 8. We get to see the first matchup, which is between Krillin and Bacterian, who is a very nasty guy, but Krillin eventually figures out how to win that. And that's what you missed on Dragon Ball. Jesse, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been these 2 episodes are really fun. I'm a sucker for a tournament arc. I think if you watch anime enough, you're gonna see at least 1 or 2 tournament arcs in your lifetime.
Yeah,
at minimum, and that's if you're watching all of if you're watching just none of these types of shows. But if you're watching these types of shows, every show has at least 1 tournament arc.
Yeah.
And I love them. I'm a sucker for them because you get to meet all these new characters.
You get to watch fun fights.
You just get to watch a bunch of fun fight scenes in a show that you probably are watching because you like fun fight scenes.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to see, and I'm so happy that it's here.
My favorite part is just like understanding the structures of the tournament is always fun to me. Is just that, the structurally getting into tournaments are fun because it's easy to understand what's happening.
Yeah.
It's like in this one, there's 137 people. You each draw a number, and then those numbers are separated into 4 pots, and then those 4 pots fight against each other until you whittle down the competition enough. It's easy enough to understand, and I enjoy it. And yeah, tournaments are just fun. They're fun to watch. They're fun to be a part of if you are in tournaments for stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we both did sports. We both were in multiple tournaments for sports.
I actually just got registered this week to go be in a Pokemon tournament in Milwaukee. So I'll be in Milwaukee for Milwaukee Regionals for Pokemon video games.
Yeah, so if somehow you're listening and you're there, find him.
Yeah, I'll be there. And I will be
go around the entire convention center and ask, "Are you Truman?
It won't be hard to find because I'm going to be beating Wolfie on the stage. I'm just kidding. That's a pipe dream, but it would be nice to meet him on the stage at some point. To be on stream would be that's a goal of mine, is to make it far enough where I can be on stream.
Can I be showcased?
Can I be shown? Because I'm going to be bringing some weird strats for that. But this is not a Pokemon podcast.
It's not a Pokemon podcast, and also. It is a pipe dream, but maybe
you
never know.
I could get on stream or at least side stream, maybe if it's big enough for for them to have the side stream.
You never know what happens when you go to tournaments, and that's a big thing about tournaments.
That's the fun thing about tournaments is that you can just show up and try your best, and maybe you get to go.
I mean, I know it's not necessarily a tournament, but it's a tournament. But you look at soccer cups, cup competitions, things like that, You never know. There's such thing as the cup set, where the small guy beats the big guy. Yeah. Which initially it feels like to some of these characters is what's happening with Goku and Krillin. Going back into this show.
Circling it back to the show, it does feel like they are upsetting. Obviously, we know that these characters are really strong.
For Goku's first match, everyone just assumes the dude tripped and fell off the stage, and Goku keeps going.
Yeah.
And then Krillin fights, and then they're like, oh no,
Yeah, I think
we're not gonna win.
Yeah, I think the Krillin fight definitely set the tone for like, okay, these guys are for real. Because that first fight for Goku, it's like, oh,
Everyone
he
is
does
laughing.
push him out of the ring because like we find out he's looking at his finger like,
we know,
wow, I'm really strong.
Like we know he's the reason why he fell in the ring, but no one else knows that because everyone else just thinks, oh,
he
Goku's
just
a small
tripped and
kid, he got
fell.
lucky.
Yeah. But yeah, with the Krillin fight where Krillin kicks his bully through like solid brick and into another solid brick.
He kicks him through a couple different walls.
He kicks him
across
through
an entire courtyard.
Yeah.
And almost through the wall that he stops at.
Yeah.
Like he puts a big dent in that wall.
Yeah.
And it's all brick.
Yeah. And so, like, that's when it's like, okay, so these kids, we can't take them, like, jokingly. Like, they may not know how to have fighting stances, as we find out in Goku's last match. He's like, you aren't stanced up at all. What are you doing?
Yeah, I think part of that is, I think Krillin does kind of have a stance.
Some basic training,
Because he had basic training. Goku's just like, I've been just doing whatever I do for my entire life. And I'm not died yet, so why try?
Yeah.
Yeah. He hasn't had, like, his training was literally just getting strong and fast and just more of a physical specimen than you are.
Yeah.
Beyond what he is, because we pretty much, I mean, I think everyone and their mom knows that Goku's an alien. So.
Yeah. He's BFS, bigger, faster, stronger.
Bigger, faster, stronger.
For my my first thing, not coming back, not going through like how the parameters of the tournament are, is that the piggy jokes are back, which is like, I guess like if we're not jumping to the next episode yet, but that's a very bad sign if they're already bringing back the potty humor, because that next episode, oh my god, the potty humor.
Yeah,
we're not there. We're not there yet, but God, I have some things to say.
I hope that was like they hit their quota for about 10, 20 episodes, and the potty humor doesn't really happen. The thing about it is we all knew the pervert jokes are coming back because Roshi's a main character for probably another 30 episodes.
Yeah, and Oolong is also back, even though he wasn't acting.
Oolong was trying to resist. Like, it kind of goes back to what I think I was talking about last podcast episode about, like, it's really nice to have all this good in the world. You can see how Goku's affecting change. Like, Oolong was legitimately trying not to be a pervert.
It just so happens that like she was legitimately
life comes at you fast.
Yeah.
like life comes at you fast. Things happen. Wrong place, wrong time. There's nothing you can do to excuse yourself there. But like he was trying to fortify himself while he was lifting her up into the window, which you can give him his props for.
Yeah, he was definitely putting in effort, and we'll give him an E for effort.
Yeah,
and a D plus for execution, but that's solid D plus comparatively. I also like
some other characters.
Yeah, I also like that there was no killing. Like that's a straight up rule. Is just like if you kill, you are eliminated.
Don't kill a person, which is an honest way to run a tournament like this.
Yeah, because if you're just allowing people to get killed, nobody's going to want to enter. Like if you're thinking realistically in like the world. Like, I wouldn't want to enter into a tournament where there's a chance I could die.
It's like, this isn't the Hunger Games, man. This is the World Martial Arts Tournament where we just beat up each other and give each other CTE.
Yeah, but we're not trying to kill anybody.
But we're not killing you directly.
Because then you guys can't come back next year to... If you get if we kill you, you can't come back next year to participate.
You can see that there's probably a lot of competitors that come yearly.
Yeah, because they jumping into the next episode a little bit, like Bacterian. They're like, oh yeah, we know all about this guy.
Yeah, this guy comes all the time.
Yeah, we hate that he knows our address. Like we wish he didn't.
We really should just like start moving this around so he can't find it.
He just like lives outside the temple and just like lives there, and then every year he just wanders in right as everybody shows up.
I don't want to skip to him immediately, but I always want to talk about him so much.
I know.
It's so awful.
I don't have a ton to talk about when it comes to this first episode because it is just a montage.
Yeah, it's just a montage of them beating people up. It's a montage of the thing that you probably could have skipped and no one would have really been that mad about because we can all assume the characters we care about are going to make it.
Yeah. So, if there were going to be an episode you could skip so far, this is one of those where it's like, oh, you could just skip this one. Yeah, it explain like you can watch like the first 5 minutes where they explain the rules and then okay, all of our favorite characters made it.
Yeah, and even it gets even better with like the rule explaining. The rule explaining, they explain the rules again before
in the next
Krillin's
episode.
match.
Yeah.
I think before.
Yeah.
So like they explain the rules anyways because the rules do slightly change.
Yeah, there's no
because
there's in the preliminaries there's a 1 minute timer where a judge will decide if you don't make it past if you don't win within a minute, which we never see any of our characters have to worry about that
because they just beat them in basically one punch.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that like that wouldn't have came into an account for other people in the game.
Like it's there to keep it moving and grooving.
Yeah, but once you reach the top 8, you don't. There's no time limit.
It's like just fight until someone wins.
Yeah. Which is pretty fun.
Which is it's a nice way to do it. I wish we could do it in real life, but obviously if we did that in real life, I think we did do that in real life for a while, like with boxing matches.
Yeah.
Like if you look at old boxing match records, I think the longest boxing match,
30 rounds,
I think the longest boxing match on record went like 40 rounds.
Yeah.
And it only ended, I think, like purely because both guys physically couldn't stand back up to fight for the next round. Like I don't think anyone really won.
Yeah.
Well, they just kept going.
Once a fight goes for too long, nobody can win at that point. That's what you learn in history class. Yeah. Wars can't keep going forever. Eventually somebody has to lose.
But it's just like so it's understandable why you don't do that in real life.
Yeah.
But it is nice in this because like obviously you can put people in submission because another way to win is people giving up.
Yeah.
Which we do see on one of Krillin's matches.
One of the things I pointed out was like there was a scene where all these guys are like lifting 8,000 pounds and stuff, and I'm like, I don't think I would be going that hard in my workout 5 seconds before I'm called to fight, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's a guy over there like deadlifting like 8,000 pounds, and it's like, why are you doing that to yourself? You have a fight in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's just like, look at me. They're trying to. I feel like it's an intimidation tactic again for the give up thing.
Yeah,
where like if you get into a ring with someone you saw lifting 8,000 pounds and it looked casual enough, you're not going to fight him. It's a tactic. Does it work often enough? I mean,
probably
it must work. Situation. It must work enough that like people keep doing it or keep thinking it's working.
In my opinion, if I were the one fighting against that guy who was lifting a bunch of weight, I'd be like, okay, this guy's tired now. I got a chance. Like if I didn't have a chance,
go for his arms.
If I didn't have a chance before, I do now because this guy just wasted all of his energy.
Like if he was squatting, just sweep the legs. He's not getting back up.
I also just wanted to point out this is right before Goku's first match when he jumps up there. He has the goofiest smile on his face. Like he's like, "Oh boy, I'm excited to be a part of this."
As much as Goku doesn't like violence,
he really
enjoys challenging himself.
Yeah,
he really thought going into these matches, like that's why he has that big cheesy grin. Yeah. It's because you can tell like he's thinking I'm gonna have so much fun. There's gonna be so many awesome fighters I'm gonna fight.
So good.
And then he just finger pokes the dude off the edge. He's like, okay, I gotta give it a little bit. I'm gonna keep going because I want to get to the good people, but it's gonna be a minute.
Yeah, I gotta scale this back a little bit. I was going a little too hard.
Yeah, because he does warn like Krillin when he gets off the stage, like, "Hey, you should probably like hold back." And then Krillin's bullies walk up,
and then he's like, "Actually, no, don't hold back."
You know what? F those guys.
Yeah. I wrote that down actually. I wrote down like he's such a hype man because he's like, okay, don't hold back, and he's like, didn't you just say don't hold back? He's like, yeah, but those guys need to put
an 86 on that rule for a second.
And he's like, but these guys need to learn a lesson. Sometimes people just need to get punched hard, and so this is one of those times.
Which is a lesson you can take into real life, but don't probably execute it most of the time.
Yeah.
But like you could, I think everyone could recognize certain people in their life. They like if you discover them in public, they're like you probably need to be sucker punched.
Yeah. Maybe not sucker punch, because a sucker punch, that's like hitting somebody from behind. But sometimes you just got to fight somebody just to like, put them in their place.
Them, yeah. Like sometimes people need to be punched just to like understand it now.
Yeah. And then I wrote down like the whole Puar, I grab one, I'm scared. I thought that was a funny line. And then Krillin literally fighting his demons by punching that guy super hard. And that
I think he kicked him. I don't think he punched him.
Oh yeah, but it just shows like how strong these people are. Like Goku and Krillin. Krillin's like he didn't teach us any martial arts, and it's like he didn't have to. If you land a finger on one of these people, you're winning.
Yeah, on 90+% of the tournament, you win. You are One Punch Man. And on the other 10%, you're probably like 15 Punch Man.
Yeah.
And that's only because you're still a child. If you were their age, you would probably not legally be allowed to hit anybody in the 90% that you're one punching right now, because you would kill them and be disqualified.
Yeah.
They would just they'd be like, okay, so we have 2 auto bids. We got to figure out the other 6 people that are going to fight them.
Yeah.
It's like, if you prove to us you can at least take a punch.
Yep. And then the last one I really wrote down was for Yamcha's final match. And he's like, what about my Wolfang Fist? And I just kept pointing out, it's like, what if I just hit you with the side B? Because that was me, like, back in when I would play Smash Bros. In college. It's like, I would play as Pit, and I would just side B spam. It's like, I'm Yamcha. Yamcha's like, okay, you might be good, but are you as good as my Wolfang Fist? It's like, oh, you think that was strong? Well, what about my Wolfang Fist?
What is it, the Family Guy clip where it's like, corner 3?
Yeah, the
just
corner 3.
I don't know what I feel like doing. Corner 3. It's like, no, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's literally that with Yamcha. Yamcha's just like, I got one move. It's the whole, what is it? I think it was a Bruce Lee comment once where he was like, I don't fear the man who's practiced 100 kicks. I fear the man who's practiced one kick 100 times. Yamcha's practiced Wolfang Fist 1,000 times. He is a master of Wolfang Fist and nothing else. I would
Wolfang 1,000 times.
Yeah. I would Wolfang 500 times and 500 more just to be the man who Wolfanged 1,000 times, because it's the only move I know.
Yeah, it's the only thing I'm good at.
It's his wombo combo. It's just pressing that one button.
Yeah, my wombo combo, but instead of it being a wombo combo, it's just one move.
And then after that, we kind of just move into our next episode. And, Roshi just straight up disappeared for the whole preliminary round.
Which was awesome. We had to deal with his antics.
Yeah, he was gone for that entire
we immediately
episode.
did to the next episode.
Yeah, which I wrote down. Roshi Perv moment is at 4 minutes and 18 seconds.
Give or take a few seconds before.
Yeah, at first I was like, oh, well, that was kind of nice of him to get her a shirt and like a necklace, whatever.
I had a feeling. I was like, he's not being nice.
Yeah, it was. But at first it seemed nice, and then it was like, oh, wait, never mind now.
Yeah, he's expecting expectations.
Yeah.
The implications. Yeah. What do you mean?
And then the crew get called off to go getting ready for the semifinals or whatever you want to call the top cut. And Roshi has to use the restroom again, I guess, because he's gone again.
Yeah. I have a theory.
And
I think I'm probably.
We get to meet Stinky Boy, a.k.a. Bacterium, which we don't know the name of yet. But when he walks in the room, everybody's just like, "Oh my god!"
I think they almost immediately say his name as soon as he walks in the room.
But Goku almost dies.
Yeah, Goku.
Because Goku, as we know, Goku has super smell, which means he's smelling that on such a
Goku has like
level.
super senses again because he's not human.
Yeah.
So like, we know for a fact that's hurting Goku more than anybody else in that room, which really sucks for Goku.
And I did write down that I thought Jackie Chung seemed familiar. Maybe like Jackie Chan was, I think, maybe what they were going for that. Like an old Jackie Chan is maybe my guess.
Yeah, I think we know who Jackie Chan is, but that's for my next episode's prediction.
Yeah. And then we get into they pull the lots, like the numbers for who gets to be in what part of the tournament, and we get Krillin versus Bacterian for our first fight,
which is the back end of
the
this
rest
episode.
of this episode. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
The second fight is going to be Yamcha versus Jackie Chan. Our third fight is Nam versus Ranfan. So that's the one nobody cares about because, like... Yeah. But that's, like, if you were going to pick a tournament, it's like we got Krillin in one, we got Yamcha in one, we got Goku in one, and then we got two people we don't care about in the third one.
The only way they're going to make you care about it is because it's the only girl left in the tournament.
Yep. And then you got Goku versus Jiren to round out the first round. And then we finally find out the name of the currency in this world, even though we've said it a few times already. But this is the first time it's officially named.
It's called Goku Bucks.
It's called Zenny.
Yeah, there's Zennies.
And I think they said, was it 500,000 in Zenny?
I think 500K, yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty big in the 80s. Like 500K in the 80s. You could
even in like, because I'm assuming it has the similar conversion rate
to dollars.
I was thinking yen.
Oh yeah, that would work.
Because it's Japanese based. It's probably why it's called Zinnies and not like Doolery Doos or whatever.
Yeah. Dollar bucks.
Yeah. Saying dollars or whatever.
I love the dog, them being like, we got to get some words from our wise sage wisdom dog, leader of this temple. And he just stands there.
He just stands there silent for like 5 seconds.
And then, woof. It's like, what great wisdom.
Everyone else conked out like in the episode, and I was sitting there clapping like, that's amazing. Greatest speech of all time.
Yep.
Elect that man president.
And then I'm gonna let you solo because it sounded like you had some words for Bacterian. I'm gonna let you ISO that.
This disgusting man. It's like think of like usual like bed rotting incel Asmongold. It's like Asmongold, but if he was really really fat and like had like actual like brute strength as a talent out there fighting. It's disgusting. Dude, like this is a kid's show, and I can't tell if we're like encouraging kids to be smelly because it makes you strong, or we're trying to tell kids not to be smelly because it makes you hated by everyone around you. Because there is no one in the crowd is cheering him on. The entire day, everyone wants him gone. Like, please get him off the stage. Krillin, kill this man.
Krillin, I know we said killing was against the rules, but we'll make an exception if you can take care of this one.
Krillin, kill this man, and my life is yours.
The fact that the announcer has to put on a gas mask.
They all put a gas mask
so that they can work on it. And then like Bacteria, he's so gross. At one point, he just takes a deep breath and breathes out, and it almost kills Krillin.
It almost kills Krillin. Then he has the stink finger. We don't even get me started on the stink finger.
Yeah, why you digging in your butt, twin?
Literally digging in his butt.
And then he just like pulls that and he's like, ha! And he weaponizes the stench out of his finger like it's a laser. Like, oh my gosh, this guy is disgusting. It was so bad. Are you okay over there?
I'm laughing really hard because it's just on the one hand, is it incredibly hilarious that this is just a character?
Yeah, this is just a guy in the show. Like, we made a joke that like he might just be living outside the temple. Like literally, he just like lives next door to the temple.
So he can't get rid of this guy. He's just there.
Yeah, he just walks in like it's his time.
Like we can't get rid of him because he's like legitimately strong enough to just keep coming back and almost winning.
Yeah. It's like
we've thought about it for a couple tournaments now, just letting him win so he has enough money to get a house elsewhere. But we don't think he's going to do that.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, because like when he walks in, they're like, oh god, it's Bacteria, the stinkiest person in the world, never taken a bath or never been bathed in his entire life.
Yeah, he never bathed his entire. Didn't have parents throw him in a bathtub.
Yeah,
like, allegedly. I mean, that's what it reads to me.
Yeah,
it's like this man is so awful.
On like a human level, that really does suck because he also doesn't seem like he knows how to talk or anything either. It feels like he's like like he started out as just like a kid that somebody just left on the side of the road that somehow survived.
Like real talk, yeah.
It's
like,
deeply traumatic. But
it feels like just an abandoned child that had some sort of issues.
Yeah.
And he just never learned. Like, if we're making this realism. But going off of the cartoon that we were watching.
Not going that deep into it. It's just the worst person. Like, so far, out of all the characters on my power ranking, he shot to one with a bullet. He beats out Pervy Roshi. Like, it's just like...
Well, the only reason why I'll put Roshi over him is because I wholeheartedly hope and believe in my soul that he's not coming back.
That is a good point.
If I'm having a prediction for the rest of the show, he does not come back.
Yeah.
I am going to be very sad if that prediction is not correct.
The next episode, he sneaks in to fight again.
He might show back up eventually, but I hope he's not here for longer than like 5 minutes.
Oh, you didn't know the next tournament is called the Bacterian Saga? Where we're gonna get deep into Bacterian's backstory and
backside.
Yeah, we're gonna get deep into his backside as we learn all about Bacterian.
It's so bad. What sucks the most about it is I can like intensely like halfway smell what he smells like.
Yeah.
Just by like what he's doing and what it is like. Because like everyone has smelled really bad smells.
Yeah. And
times that by like probably 10 or 100.
Yeah.
And you have bacteria.
Yeah. It's literally like at a certain point I was like, okay, this has gone a bit too far. It's like the part
I was like, this is supposed to be a kid's show, and he's like doing the stink finger move.
That one wasn't even the one for me. The one for me was where he had Krillin cornered, so Krillin tried to run between his legs, which, like, first of all, bad idea, but like the only possible option to get away.
Oh yeah, he's like slamming. He slams down on him.
The first thing for me was the fart first, and then the slams, and then the rubbing his butt all over him. I'm like, okay, bacteria. Like that's why he's number one with a bullet, is that he enjoys being a nasty guy. Like a lot of times people don't realize that they're nasty. Like I work in like in the public, and there are sometimes you get people who don't smell the best.
Yeah, they're not.
But
great.
they don't seem to relish in it. They just don't seem to notice it. This guy is like, oh, I can use my stink finger as a weapon. I can weaponize my stink.
Almost all of his fighting styles and like his techniques are just him
being
upping
disgusting.
the stink, like upping the disgust and stink factor.
Yeah,
which is like on the one hand, like am I laughing about it now? Yes. But like actually watching it is so gross.
It is such a hard watch. I wrote after the fight was or during the fight I wrote, what a terrible fight, because like it's like, okay, so we're showing off martial arts and how cool martial arts can be, and the first fight we get, like the first full-length fight, is just the nastiest human in the entire planet of this world.
It's just, what if body odor knew karate?
Yeah, what if body odor had feelings? Like it's a new Pixar movie called Stench or something.
Yeah, Stench.
What if
coming to a theater near you?
What if body odor had feelings?
What is it? Stench, but it's 5D, so you can like smell it.
Yeah, it's 5D. Yep, you are. There you go. But that's not even the worst part of this whole thing. The worst part.
I imagine but I do imagine he doesn't smell much worse than fart spray. Anybody's ever smelled fart spray? I imagine he smells worse than that.
Yeah. And then the worst / best part of the episode, we had to pause to laugh at this part, was Krillin is knocked out. They are doing the count to see if
Krillin, let me set this up. Krillin is getting beat. Like, he has one moment where he counterattacks and like actually does a little bit of damage, but then he's getting mollywopped the entire time by the stench. At this point, and everything.
He is literally passed out. They are doing the counter. He is foaming at the mouth, and Goku goes, "Wait a minute, Krillin, just focus your mind. You don't have a nose." And then Krillin just wakes up and is like, "Wait a minute, I don't have a nose." And then just absolutely beats him with like 2 punches, and it's like, Krillin, what were you smelling? How were you smelling anything if you didn't have a nose? Why was this bothering you at all? What is this episode?
It is one of the most perfectly funny ways for that fight to have ever ended. Yeah. Because in that moment when Goku says it, it dawns on you, the watcher. They're like, yeah, Krillin's never had a nose.
Yeah, they made a joke about it the first time he showed up.
Yeah, like Krillin has never had a nose. But in the moment, you're forgetting this until Goku screams it out. You're like, oh yeah, what are you doing, Krillin? You can't smell this anyways.
Yeah, why are you upset? You can't smell. What is this? You don't have a nose. What? How are you getting knocked out by the smell? So then immediately, of course, after the antics of, wait a minute, I don't have a nose. He can't hurt me at all. He just immediately wins.
Yeah, he whoops him. He just whoops him the rest of the fight.
And he actually gives up. I don't know if you caught that, but he gave up after the fart. Like, Krillin farts in his face to kind of get back at him. And he's like, I don't like this anymore. He said something along the lines of, I give up. He didn't actually say those words, but he, in his like broken English, because he's a deeply traumatized child in an adult man's body who's never known anything other than that, for getting back into a serious note.
Yeah, allegedly.
That he just gives up, and that's the end of the episode. And so with that, like, I guess we should really quick. Do you want to do prediction first, or best part, worst part first?
Best part, worst part.
All
It's
right.
us still talking about the episode.
Okay.
So.
What's your best part?
Oh man, best part. Krillin, you don't have a nose.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's such a perfect way to end that fight.
Yeah.
It's just Krillin, you don't have a nose. Oh yeah, and then just goes super mode. And
Yeah.
just beats him immediately.
That is a great one. Since you took that one, I will take the. Well, what about my wolfing fist? And it's like, okay, Yamcha, never change, buddy. I hope you're fighting like the gods of the universe or whatever.
Yeah, we should state. It makes it so much funnier. That moment
he's fighting a wolf.
Is he's fighting a wolf man.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, you might be a wolf, but what about my wolfing fist?
That was pretty good too. But nothing in these two episodes beats Krillin. You don't have a nose.
Oh wait,
I think that's the first time like in our watch that we've like had to pause the show for both of us. I think we paused it once for me.
Once for you.
For me laughing pretty good.
For me,
but that's the first time where it's like we both legitimately had to like take a second to finish laughing because it was so funny.
And like, of course, I've seen it, but like. It's been a minute, and so I was caught off guard by the way. Like, Krillin, you don't have a nose. I knew Krillin won this fight, but I forgot the how. And so, so Jesse, what was your worst part?
Oh man, worst part. It's.
I think there's a couple.
Tough.
There's a
it's
couple
tough.
you can pick on this one.
I'm not gonna lie. Stinkfinger sticks out to me a lot.
Yeah,
Stinkfinger's hard. Obviously, we could always cop off.
Roshi.
I say we could pop off and say Roshi being a pervert. Again.
Yeah, we'll put an honorable mention. Roshi being a pervert, but honestly, it happened so fast and was gone so quick. You almost could have not noticed it if you hadn't been paying much attention.
But like, it's gotta be. I mean, if you. We have to take basically any Bacterian special move.
Yeah, for me, it is the butt wipe because they said before the fight started that those were soiled underwear. Yeah. Like he was wearing tidy whities that were turned to brown.
Yeah, they are soiled underwear.
And so when hearing that, I'm like, this has to be, no, the butt wiping. I can't do it. Nope. Gross. Nope.
It's so awful. It's worse. Like it's the equivalent. It's the animation equivalent of walking into a bathroom and like there's just poop everywhere.
Yeah,
it's like this is awful. Poop. This is so bad. Like who did this?
Yep. And now to jump into our prediction section. So our predictions.
Let's go.
We have for episode 22, quarterfinals continue. In episode 23, Monster Beast Jiren. So what do you think, Jesse? What do you think is going to happen in episode 22 and 23? Quarterfinals continue and Monster Beast Jiren.
Well, in my expert opinion, I have to say that Jackie Chun is revealed to be Roshi. I think it's pretty obvious.
Oh. What?
I feel
Where
like...
are you getting that?
I don't know, man. It's just... I got a hunch that he's got to be Roshi. Disguising himself to be in the tournament. And then...
Why would Roshi even do that? He's an old hermit who doesn't fight anymore.
I don't know, because he's Roshi and he just wants to do something. Roshi's a type of character who does side quests without really doing side quests.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So, what else do you think is going to happen?
And in 22, I also think, like, obviously, I think Yamcha and Jackie Chun are going to have a heck of a fight.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. And then I think, like, what ends up winning it is it's revealed to be Roshi and he gets, like, disqualified or something.
Okay.
I think that's what's going to end up happening. If I'm wrong and like, he doesn't get disqualified, I think Roshi probably gives up on, like, purpose. Yeah. If he's not disqualified, he gives up because now his secret identity's taken off.
Okay.
Either way, I think Yamcha's going to win that fight.
Okay. Moving into Monster Beast year.
Yeah. Also,
it looks like we're going to skip the third fight. Basically, is what it seems like.
I assume either we skip it or we get it like skims over it either at the end of 22 or the beginning of 23.
Okay.
But obviously, I think it's going to be a really intense fight between Goku and Monster Jiren.
Okay.
So, and obviously, I think Goku's going to win. Because it's hard not to go against the protagonist.
Yeah, it's like, okay, and so Goku loses.
But Goku, I think, is going to learn some lessons about fighting and himself a little bit in that. Like, it's probably going to be one of the first fights that really puts in perspective that like, oh, Goku can't just win by being Goku. He actually has to like learn some things.
Yeah, he actually has to learn to fight a bit.
Yeah, he actually has to like be smart when he's fighting people, which I think is a big lesson for him to learn. I mean, we're going to be at that point 23 episodes in.
Yeah, 23.
Because that's the second episode next podcast.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, like you're gonna have to learn quick that like you can't just be better. It can't be out physical people all the time.
Yeah, sometimes
at least not yet.
Sometimes you still have to be technical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would be really good, really cool.
I get that. Yeah. So with that, I guess we should start wrapping up here. Reach out to us on all of our socials at Becoming Saiyans Pod. Over the last, we've taken a 2-week break. You guys have not.
Yeah.
But on our TikTok, we have been blowing up over there all of a sudden.
You get a couple.
We've got a couple that are over 10K. I think we've got one that's over 30K watches. So, share us with your friends. Go check us out over there. Keep that momentum going.
Yeah, keep coming back to like watch episodes too. Like that's a big thing as well.
I'm basically just posting clips over there. So like, if you just want to if you want to show somebody what an episode of the show looks like, I'm trying to go through and find the best clip that I think when I re-listen to it to share over there. So if they like that clip, tell them to join in and watch the rest of it. Yeah, so with that, we're all over there. We're on Instagram at Becoming Saiyan Pod. We're on Twitter at Becoming Saiyan Pod. Our email is becomingsaiyans@gmail.com. Reach out to us there with any questions, concerns, comments, anything you want to share with us.
Still waiting on our first questions.
We are still waiting on our first questions, which is important.
Yeah.
We did have a comment on one of our posts, but it seemed like auto-generated when I looked at it because it was something weird, like somebody being biblical in the comment, and I was like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, there are like auto-biblical comments. Was that on TikTok?
Yeah, it was on the TikTok.
Yeah, if a TikTok gets enough views, they'll auto like there's bots that'll auto comment stuff like that, or they'll auto comment like it'll be like a thought TikTok that'll auto comment like this is really interesting, like just like summarizing what you said and it's like saying it like that was really cool to find out and like whatever.
Yeah, but so we're over there, and until next week, we'll be coming back with another 2 episodes for you. And so I've been Truman,
and I've been Jesse,
and the adventure will continue.
Bye.